And welcome to episode number 103 of What Does This Button Do? It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with Geeks on Tour. And that's us. Come on in here, Chris.
Oh.
We are old dogs.
I can't sneak away?
No, you can't run away. Wouldn't be good. Okay, I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we're Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So that's why we have this weekly show. We come up with a different topic each week, and then we record everything, and it's all collected on our website, geeksontour.com.
That's cool. Where are we now, Chris?
Home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And who is that guy at the lectern in the suit and tie?
You don't see that very often, that's
No,
for sure.
I don't. So we love our Toastmasters Club, and we do believe in sharpening the saw when we're home and practice on our public speaking. Toastmasters is a great organization if you don't know about it.
Okay, today's show, we have 3 parts as usual. Our opening tip will be Snapseed photo editing. Erase pieces of a picture. Our beginner's lesson is about using QR codes, scanning them and making them and using them. Closing tip will be about the Our Village app. If you have questions during the show today, live, use the YouTube chat window. I see a few people in there already. And let's see, by Wednesday afternoon, we should have this thing up and ready for everybody else with the show notes and the things that go along with it.
Show notes and a couple of bonus videos this time.
Okay. We do invite you to become a member at geeksontour.com. Just go to our website, Geeks on Tour, and click on Become a Member. What's this all about?
Holiday special.
Cool.
Our Mrs. Geek's Guide to Learning Google Photos will be up on Amazon by the end of the week.
She promises.
And we came up with this special. Our thumb drive, the USB learning library on the USB, has all of our content. Our viewers especially like the thumb drive because you don't need an internet connection. It has all our videos, all the show notes, plus 7 ebooks, including the Mrs. Geek's Guide. But this special will get you the printed book, spiral bound and autographed if you'd like. Just give us the name you want it autographed to. And we think this makes great
be a great gift for Christmas.
Gifts.
I think, yeah, sure. Give
Anybody,
the gift of learning. I think it's
the
very
gift
important.
of learning, exactly. So all you have to do, should I show them this? I think I'd like to,
Sure,
is go to our website at geeksontour.com, and you will see a menu item called Store. You click on Store, then the 3rd item down is our December Learning Special. So basically you get 2 for the price of 1. $49 is what we normally charge just for the Learning Library on USB. So you get the book thrown in for free.
What a deal. And I think it would make a great gift because a lot of you are supporting family or friends. Give them this book, give them all of this stuff. If they're interested in any of the stuff that we teach, we have tutorial videos on all of that. Cool stuff. All right, that's the special. You ready for a quick tip?
Sure. Editing with Snapseed. And we've done this a little bit before, but Snapseed is such an amazing program. It's such a rich program that we can come up with different tips several times. So every time I just play with something new on Snapseed, it will become a tip on our show here.
I really like Snapseed.
Oh, yeah.
Using it a lot.
And on this tip, I want to show how the feature called healing can so easily get rid of unwanted content in a picture. And it works well, no, not exactly the same on Android as iPhone, but one little difference, one little extra piece is on the iPhone. So, and how is that? Down a little. There we go.
Looks pretty good there.
All right. And you start, you do have to have Snapseed installed. So I will just show you that I do have that. There is the Snapseed app, but you can start from Google Photos. You don't have to open Snapseed and then go get the picture. You can open Google Photos, and here is the picture with that ugly sign. This is such a pretty scene, but with that ugly sign right in the middle. If you tap, this is Google Photos that I'm looking at here. If you tap the three-dot menu in the upper right, you have Open in Snapseed ability. And it has to have the photo local, which is why that was happening. So now I am in Snapseed. Notice things look slightly different. You tap the edit pencil, and then the edit that I'm talking about is this one called healing.
Heal.
Heal. That's all you have to do, just the laying on of hands. Notice it can be a bit messy. You have to be careful with it. So I say, that didn't come out good. I will tap the redo button, and I'll try to be just a little bit closer about it. That's not too bad, but I want to try it again. I think the piece is too big. There, if you, oops, I didn't mean that. 2 fingers on the screen will change the magnification. 1 finger does the healing. So you need to get it just right. Now I go like that. It needs to be a little bit smaller.
Pretty close now.
Getting there. All right. So now when you check, unless you look really close, you really can't tell. And then you save. And you can create a copy, or you can save in a way that you can come back and undo those changes if you want. Now, here's the difference with the iPhone versus the Android. So far, everything I just did works exactly the same on the Android. But on the Android, after you save, you're automatically back at Google Photos. The iPhone, you have to use your multitasking button and go back to Google Photos. When we're done, we do see the end result. So notice there, I do now have 2 pictures. I have the one with the sign, and I have the one without the sign. Let's do one more. I'm going to search. I have some little edits samples. And yeah, this one right here. This is, I think, a good, see that nasty scratch on his cheek. I can't do anything about that in Google Photos, but if I open in Snapseed, come on. Oh, because I left Snapseed open. All right, I have to, yeah, this is, you can't go back and forth in the iPhone. It does it once. There we go. So Snapseed, looking at this one that has a scratch, get it about right, go into healing, and just touch. Boom.
That's too easy.
Is that cool? And then save. And once again, this saves the photo, but Snapseed already made a copy to start with. So you still have your original in Google Photos, and you have the edited one in Snapseed to Google Photos, and it is there. That's my tip. Snapseed healing.
Very cool.
Heal.
Okay. We do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't see any questions here, so I guess we can go on.
Go on to beginner's lesson,
Go on to beginner's lesson.
Okay. Beginner's lesson is about QR codes. Now, we have done this before, episode 20, but this is episode 103. So I thought it was time QR codes. I think QR codes are just a really important thing for people to know how to do. It's one of the reasons to have a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
You need a mobile device, either a smartphone or a tablet. You need a barcode scanning app, and you need an internet connection.
Very important. It does not work without the internet.
This won't work if you're in a cave somewhere with no Wi-Fi. You need either Wi-Fi or your cellular data for it to work. And it's kind of hard to demonstrate in the live situation, so we're going to play you one of our little videos here. Meanwhile, if you don't already have a scanning app, you might want to download, and the ones that we recommend on the Android, we use QR Droid, and on the iPhone, you need to give people directions. Oh, sorry. We recommend QR Reader by Tap Media. All right, so here is Geeks On Tour and author of Mrs. Geek's Guide to Learning Google Photos. I want to show you how to start because at several places in the book, we use QR codes. That's these funny looking square things so that you can play tutorial videos. So how do you scan them? I'm going to use an Android phone, and you have to have a scanning app. The one that I like is called QR Droid. I just tap on it, and it might come right to the screen that scans, but I made sure that it doesn't so that I can show you. You can get to the scanning screen by tapping the little grid and then tap Scan. Now, all you have to do is get that QR code into the space provided. So I just lift it up and it reads it. I don't have to tap anything. It sees what the QR code is programmed to do and takes you straight there, which happens to be one of our web pages and a video. Tap play, and you're watching a tutorial video that came from the book. Okay, this time I'm going to scan a similar barcode, a QR code, iPhone. Now my iPhone doesn't currently have an app for scanning QR codes, so I go to the App Store and I search for QR code reader. And there's one. The cloud tells me I've had that one before. There's the one that I like. It's just called Scan from QR Code City. And I tap the cloud. That means it's already in my account, just not on this phone. And now I can open it. Let me get to the QR code page in here. It says allow scan to access your location. Sure. Allow it to access the camera. Yeah, it can't do its job if you don't. And now you see the square. All I need to do is get the QR code in that square. And it does its thing. which is taking me to a video and playing it. Geeks On Tour, and in this show me video, I'm going to show you how. That is just the basics of scanning a QR code. So I just wanted to get that out of the way so you know just how it works, and then we'll talk some more about QR codes.
There's a question here.
Okay.
If you do not have an internet connection for the QR code, can you take a picture and scan it when online again?
Nah. Yes, depending on your app. And I will be showing that. The QR Droid app that we use can scan from a photo. And good question.
Ready for that?
Yep. So you may have heard that QR codes are dead.
I never heard that.
You may have heard that QR codes are stupid.
That.
And sometimes they are, but it's not the QR code's fault. It's the people that are making them. So here's a couple examples. There's actually a website called WTF QR codes showing stupid uses of QR codes. I like both of these. So the one on the left is a sandwich board outside of a restaurant, and it has a QR code on it that takes them to the restaurant's website.
But you're already there.
You're already there, yeah, right. So they want you standing outside looking at their website rather than coming into the restaurant. I mean, stupid. And the other one, this is even worse. This is a contact form and with a QR code that takes you to the contact form. And I do relate. I mean, when we first learned how to make QR codes, we put them on our business card. And what was it? It was a code that takes you to our website. It's really more logical to put the name of the website on. You know, people can type in geeksontour.com. So there are stupid uses of QR codes, but there are also some really good uses of QR codes. First, for any of you in the audience who have a QR scanning app on their phone already, try scanning this one. So it doesn't have to be on a piece of paper. You can see a QR code on a computer screen, on a TV screen, and you can hold your phone up and scan it. It's a stupid one. EFQRcodes.com, which you could type in yourself very easily. Now, here is one that's...
Now we're talking about some
Now,
value.
this is a bit more useful. If you scan this one, it will take you to a form where you can type in your name and email address and get subscribed to our Geeks newsletter. And I want to give you a couple seconds in case anybody is actually doing this, but you can always come back to the recording and try it later. And actually, this one is at the end slide.
Right.
On every show, we use this. Here's a couple photos that I took just to remind me of some really cool uses of QR codes. We were on a Rails to Trails trail once. That's where you ride your bikes. And this little device I thought was so brilliant. It's a bicycle repair shop.
Right, all the tools are hanging there on cable.
But if you don't know how to use the tools, you know, they need a whole book to go along with it.
There's a repair guide right there.
All you have to do is scan that code and you have the repair guide looking at you on your phone.
And it's interactive. It was really pretty cool.
And another one is at a national park. I think this was in Alabama or Louisiana somewhere, where there was a Civil War park. And at certain places throughout the park, there was a sign and you could scan a QR code and watch a video.
Yeah, it was great.
About the place. You know, it's even better than those phone tour guides where you get audio. This has audio and video, and it doesn't cost the park anything other than printing a sign. brilliant.
And they have to print those signs anyway.
Yeah.
Here's one I think is so cool. QR codes on grave sites. It was gravestones. You know, it's people, whenever we tell an audience about this, like, oh, yeah, you see pictures now on these headstones and maybe a small bio. Now you can get all kinds of information with maybe even that person that you're standing on talking to you with a recording. One before I die.
It is controversial, however. Having it physically attached to the headstone is not good, according to grave people, headstone people. They think that's it. And someday QR codes will go away and
something else will be in their place.
So I really like this idea on the right here, is give people a little brochure, a little map of the cemetery with a QR code for each of the stones. Some of them have a little sign headstone with the QR code on it.
Be just a little sticker.
Now here's another one for you to try scanning. This will bring up a map. Say that you are having a wedding in a very remote location and you want to give people directions. This is actually a latitude. You can bring it up on Google Maps or any other mapping, and there is a video on how to make this. It will be one of our bonus videos on the website.
Cool.
It's not just QR codes, though. Most scanners, or at least many scanners, not all of them, but many of the scanning apps will read both the QR codes and the UPC codes. And if you're a shopper, you might want one of the special apps like ScanLife or ShopSavvy.
I use ShopSavvy sometimes.
And they give you all sorts of coupons and where all the deals are. And when you scan a product code on one product, it'll give you a whole shopping list of where you can get it. And we'll show you a little bit of that. So you might be asking, how could I create my own? Maybe the dates and you want to put your link right on your t-shirt. Or maybe you want a business card that people can easily scan and have that information entered into their phone's contacts. You can do that at a website called go.me. But there's lots of ways to make it, and we use the QR Droid app right on the phone to make QR codes. And I think I'll get to show you how. Okay. So I'm ready for demo now.
Okay. By the way, Karen successfully scanned both QR codes from the monitor screen. Thanks, Bill and Karen.
Cool. What do I start with? iPhone or, yeah, I'm going to do iPhone first. All right. So here's, I think, a good example. Sorry, we're going to be going back and forth here a little bit. So, and this in the Escapees travel guide, I found a QR code that says like us on Facebook. So let me see to bring up my QR code scanner on the phone, and then I will just scan it. On my iPhone, unlike the video, I did decide that I wanted to use this QR reader rather than the plain scan, because this one does read both QR codes and UPC. So you just open it up and you get that box. Now I'm going to just put the QR code in the box, and that's all you have to do. Oh, geez. Facebook wants a secure pretty. I can't read that. It looks like 2 PVKBL. 2 PVKBL. Let's see if that did it. Didn't like it. Well, if I got that right, it would be taking me straight to a place to like GF. It's a bit. Nope. I hate those things. God, I'm going to give up. If you really wanted to do that, you could maybe not give up. Next sample is a UPC code. So here is a set of smart light bulbs that Jim recently got. And let's say I wanted to check and see if he got the best deal on them.
Good idea.
I can scan this code.
Getting close.
Come on. All you have to do is wait until it comes into. Now I tested this.
Maybe if I hold it, you just point it.
There. Okay. You have to be still about it.
You have to have the right touch. I have to be holding it.
Okay, and let's see what that gets us.
Yeah.
Now, that was not a QR code. That was just a UPC code. And all a UPC code is a product number. And then the app looks that up in its databases.
That's why you need the internet.
Right. That's why you need, exactly. And it tells us, well, on Amazon, that was 77. On eBay, that was 45. And then there's, oh, and look at here. There's even a video about how to install it.
That comes in handy.
Really? I mean, I would think so.
Well, you don't need to play that right now, though.
Right. But just to show. So that's, you can get all sorts of information by scanning your PC code. And then the last example, while I'm on the iPhone, FitnessPal. MyFitnessPal. And it's for calorie counting. And if you have to enter all the calories yourself, it can be kind of a pain. It will. If I want to add a food, I tap the plus and a food, and I'll say lunch. And I just love this almond butter. And I can tap a little scan code button on the app. And I'm scanning it. Now I'm scanning it with the FitnessPal app.
See, I need to hold it.
Okay. And it's telling me that the serving size is 2 tablespoons. The calories is 190.
Yum.
And I can tell it, well, okay, I only had 1 tablespoon. And with no typing, it has added that food to my daily diary, and it's accurate.
That's really handy if you are watching your intake.
Yeah. So that was the iPhone. But everything I just showed you on the iPhone works the same on the Android, just maybe different apps. So on the Android, I'm going to show you QR Droid. That's the app. And I have a receipt here, a receipt from Fry's. And I say, ooh, there's a QR code. I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. So I'm going to open QR Droid. And now QR Droid can do all sorts of things. So you might be faced with this menu and you need to tell it, I want to scan.
It usually comes up to scan on mine.
Yeah. And I just scan the code. And we see that it takes us to a Fry's promo newsletter. So we can sign up for Fry's sales events newsletter. Okay.
I'm already signed up for it. Don't worry.
Now, since we're on QR Droid, this is the one that can do a lot of special things. This is the one I used to create the location QR code. So let me show you how I did that. I tap on that grid up in the air. That gives me the menu. And this is a create. Create. And look at all these different things you can create. I want to create a geolocation QR code. And I say, I don't want to type in the latitude and longitude. I want a code for right where I am right now. That's that one. Okay. Please. Oh. Come on. There we go. I'm so impatient. So there's the latitude and longitude, and it's this button that creates the code. That's all there is to it.
That's amazing.
You can even change the color. You can add your little logo in the middle of it.
Geeks on Tour.
You can type a label. I'm not going to. And then you can save it or even share it to yourself via email. And now you have the JPEG of
It's a regular picture.
It's a picture,
JPEG.
right? And you can use it on any printed material or any online material. All right, and the last thing was the answer to that person's questions. Yes, you can scan from a photo. So remember the picture of the Civil War monument? I just took a photo of that QR code. Now I can, under More, I can decode image is what it's called. So a saved QR image. Decode image. And I have it in my camera. There is, I cropped, I zoomed in and cropped it for purposes of this demonstration. That came from that photo, and that's it. It did it that quick. And if I tap on it, we will be able now.
Below you are the tracks of what historically was known as the Southern Railroad of Mississippi.
We can watch the video of that Civil War monument where we were.
That is just amazing.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, what's next?
That's good.
I don't see any more questions there, so I guess we can go on. We do invite you to like us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geeks On Tour, or just search for Geeks On Tour and like us there. That would be great. An app of the week. Now, this is something that's been coming for a while. Our Village. If you're an RVer like we are, you use a lot of social networking and all that kind of stuff. Our Village is a special social network for RVers, and it's really a cool an app for a long time. You had to go to the website and use it on a browser on your smartphone or your tablet. They've finally come out with an app, and we're real happy to see it. So
one thing that we would always use Our Village for is whenever we got parked at an RV park, we would open up the the website, and enter in the fact that we were at this RV park, and we would see who else was there, and they would see that we've checked in. So and I think this app improves on that process, right?
Yeah, it does. It makes it so much easier to set your location, to set a new location when you've moved, and to find the people who are in the area if you want to connect with them or not. And there are just a lot of tools in there, not least of which is the ability to have it route you to your next destination. And there are a lot of mapping facilities in there. There are a lot of things that you can to find RV parks and just connecting. So it's like a Facebook, but just for RVers, for people who travel, and it's just a great way to connect with others and find out information for RVers, by RVers, with RVers, to RVers, and you can have a discussion and stay connected. It's just a really cool thing.
But since it's an app, knows where you are
It
now.
knows where you are, and it can put you right in. I think Chris is going to have this as one of our beginner's lessons sometime soon. And the founder of our village is a friend of ours. His name is Curtis Coleman. Hi, Curtis. And maybe we can have him on as a guest for that show. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you learn something? I know I did. Here's our questions. To scan a QR code, you need a mobile device, an app for scanning codes, and what else?
An internet connection.
Okay.
Either your cellular data or Wi-Fi, but it needs to be able to get to the internet to do its job.
A QR code is a link to a web page. That's all. True or false?
False, 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 false. It can be so many things. And like I said, what we use it for is to be able to put videos into a book.
Right.
Love that.
It's a link. It's so cool. In addition to scanning a printed code, some scanning apps can scan from what?
From a photo. So you can take a photo of a QR code and scan it later.
What app did Chris use to create a QR code for a location map?
QR Droid.
QR Droid.
So meaning that's only an Android.
And there are a bunch of them out there. QR Droid, I think, is my favorite for the Android. In Geeks on Tour materials, QR codes are used to do what?
I already gave that one away, didn't I? To do videos, to let you scan a code and watch a video right on your device.
And what app did Chris use to erase an ugly sign out of a photo? Remember?
That was Snapseed. Also a free app, also by Google, just like Google Photos. And they do work together.
Okay. Well, Chris,
Kinda.
What's the web page that lists all of our weekly shows?
geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly show.
And the web page that lists all of our recent newsletters.
geeksontour.com, the menu item is blogs and articles. Newsletters is under there.
How about the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour?
Our complete learning library of prepared tutorial videos on our website, asking questions in the member Q&A forum.
And we promise to respond.
We do. It show notes of all these saved shows. There's 102 sets up there right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And some discounts on products and services.
And a preview of the Google Photos book.
It'll be the real ebook now. So the PDF of the book will be available to members.
Okay. And we do invite you to become a member. Just go to our website, geeksontour.com, and click on the link that says Become a Member. Next time, we will not be having a live show next week. We're going to be presenting live in front of a live audience.
We'll be in front of a live audience next week. Yeah.
Next week. So during this time, and maybe we'll try a little bit of Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. Yeah, we could do that. The last time we presented to the Central Florida Computer Society, since their meeting is on the same time on Sunday afternoons, we did on there, but that was too much. That was too much. I want to be able to pay attention to the people in front of me. So
okay, but we will post a rerun on Wednesday for the Button Show if you're going to that page to watch these things.
Because our goal is to make it clear that every Wednesday, no matter what, there's something going on. There's something on thebuttonshow.com.
Right. So watch for the notification for our next show. Let us know that you're watching and leave any questions in the comments as we go along. All right. Well, I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. And
keep pressing those buttons.
Don't touch that button, Chris.
What's this button do?
Don't touch that
one either. What's that button do?
I'm done with these buttons.
Oh, and